Thanks, everyone. My name is Sam Sarsam. I'm the Solution Sales Executive for the Western U.S. for Ingram Micro. We're a distribution partner for Network Center. We provide resources, but beyond just being a distribution partner, we help empower partners to sell solutions that they might not be familiar with. So we're here today to learn about Microsoft business applications. And everybody might not be familiar when we're talking about business applications. They're like, I use applications in my business. So I'm not talking about the Office suite. I'm talking about the applications that run your business. There's two big areas. The first one is CRM, and the other one is ERP. So if you don't remember anything else today, just remember there's a great CRM and ERP solution from Microsoft. If your business ever comes to a situation where you could use one of those, you've got a great answer with Microsoft. It's worth exploring. So let's get right into it. I have myself, every once in a while, I run into someone when I meet them for the first time. They'll look at me, they'll tilt their head, and they'll say, has anybody ever told you you look like, does anybody see it? They tell me I look like somebody. You might have someone in mind. You're guessing. Don't say any names out loud. I think I know. Huh? No? That's not the one? All right, maybe this guy. Okay, now I see it. Yeah. So, I don't mind. I like Woody. He's a good guy. You ever wonder why businesses always, or not businesses, why Hollywood keeps hiring the same people over and over again? The same stars. There's like hundreds of thousands, millions of actors, but it's the same, same people they always hire for their movies. The reason is name recognition. It's branding. When you go with the brand that you trust, you got a better chance of success. And with all the money they invest in these movies, they want to hire somebody that has a good record of success. So when we're talking about branding and business applications, I'd like to talk about Microsoft. Microsoft is a known and trusted name, but business applications might not be the first thing that comes to mind when you are looking for a business application, for an ERP or a CRM. But actually, Microsoft's been at it for decades in this space, and they have a pretty comprehensive solution available for you, whether you're an SMB or an enterprise. So on the SMB side, in the ERP space, the hero product is Business Central. And on the CRM side, it's actually a host of products that all work together, or you can buy them one to fit that space. And those would be customer service, self-explanatory, sales, which is the CRM-centric, the CRM we're all used to using, managing those customer relationships, going after customers. What did we talk about last time? What opportunities are we working on? There's also field service, which is really powerful. This is for managing your technical resources out in the field, scheduling them out. You've got a customer who's got an HVAC unit that broke down in this part of town. Oh, we actually have a driver available 2 miles from that location that actually knows that unit really well, and we're going to send him over. That's field service. And you can actually pair that with pretty cool technologies like the HoloLens. And if that guy doesn't know that unit, he can put on the HoloLens while he's at the site, and the guy back at the mothership can walk him through it and point, okay, you want to remove this hose, you want to unscrew that, you want to use this coolant, and step them through a process on fixing a unit that they have no experience with. So that's a real force multiplier. You don't have to have someone with expertise in every unit of every type of product that you've got out in the field. You got one guy back at home that knows everything, and he can guide any of your technicians through a tricky process, or if they get stuck on something, which is pretty cool. And it all resides, oh, now I do wish I had the laser pointer. Which one is it? Is it that? Uh-oh, nope. I'm not going to use the laser pointer. I heard it was wonky. Down here at the bottom, you'll see the Power Platform. Everything on the customer engagement side, the CRM products, resides on the Power Platform. So some of you might be familiar with these tools. They're Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI. Everyone knows Power BI probably. That's one of the biggest ones. But these are powerful tools that you can use to automate processes, to create your own applications, or to customize the Dynamics applications. So it's all really great stuff. So let's talk a little bit about some of the reasons that you might want to choose Dynamics over Salesforce. Is everyone here from North Dakota or surrounding areas? Any natives? Yeah, we got a few. I actually grew up in South Dakota. And South Dakota and North Dakota have a little bit of a rivalry. I think that's normal for states that are in proximity. In South Dakota, we'd be like, hey, we've got Mount Rushmore. We've got Tom Brokaw. We've got Wall Drug. Does anybody know Wall Drug? Fun tourist attraction. So we kind of thought we were better, and then all of a sudden here comes North Dakota. We're freeing the United States from dependence on foreign oil. All right, you win. Yeah. At first impression, you know, you might be quick to judge, but if you look below the surface at some of the details that really matter, you can make a more informed decision. And there's a lot of important details that differentiate Dynamics from Salesforce, which is sort of the big name. I look at Salesforce and Dynamics sort of as 1A and 1B. They both have very similar capabilities, but there are some strong differentiators that separate Dynamics. Dynamics is on a single unified platform, drawing data from a structured data source known as Dataverse, and that's the same data that you draw from when you're using the Power Platform. So any customizations that you're doing, if you're building things in Power Apps, in Power Automate, you're already using Dataverse, and that's going to be that same database you use for Dynamics. That unified platform, very important. Marketing, generative AI. So they're market-leading generative AI, sorry. So the AI edge for Microsoft is huge. Everybody knows a couple of years ago when ChatGPT burst onto the scene, Microsoft wasted no time snatching it up. You know, they had a little extra money, I guess, and they just bought it because they saw the importance of this technology. And when they first bought it, I thought, whoa, this will be interesting to see how they incorporate this into Before I finished my sentence, they had already created co-pilots for everything. They wasted no time. So it's been really exciting how quickly they've rolled out this functionality, and they're adding new functionality all the time. But for everyone, I mean, AI is a big buzzword here at the conference. Anytime that you're wondering how your business should be leveraging AI to get ahead, to stay competitive and have an edge over your competitors, Dynamics is a great way to do that, along with the Copilot that's integrated in your Microsoft Office applications. But in the business application space, it's huge as well. And there's some pretty cool functionality that we're going to get into later on that. Cost savings, when you compare price points for Dynamics to Salesforce. I think Salesforce just raised their prices not too long ago to like $150 a month per user. So pretty proud of their product. That's good. But I think you get very similar, I think better functionality from Dynamics. And the hero product there is Sales Enterprise. MSRP, $105 user. So you're already talking about 50% savings. Built for extensibility. So you can create connections, they call them connectors, to any legacy systems that you are pulling data from, or if you have customer websites, other databases, you can connect to any other cache applications or whatever you're using. Legacy ERP. If you don't want to use BC, but you do want to use sales, you can make that connection. So very extensible. And of course, security, and compliance are huge. And those are always at the forefront of everything Microsoft does. You have a unified platform that you can trust. Microsoft's a name you can trust. They don't want to jeopardize that valuable brand name they have, so they put a ton of R&D into security and compliance. So you can really rest easy at night knowing your data resides on the Microsoft platform. So marketing is another application that I didn't touch on the first slide. There was a whole constellation of Dynamics applications. We're focusing on a few of the big ones today. Marketing is a big one, and Copilot is involved with the marketing application. It's a great way to reach out to generate new business. Marketing is an important function. Not every business I've ever worked for really does a great job of pulling in leads. That's what marketing is really about. Sometimes marketing thinks, their job is to go out and make new friends, talk to other businesses, network. No, your job is to bring me leads. And as a salesperson, that's, in my mind, at the forefront of what they're there for. And I think management, ownership of most businesses would agree. You want marketing to bring in business. So Microsoft helps you do that with their marketing application. It's called Customer Insights, and it's heavily woven into the Copilot functionality. Here's a great example. Crafting a marketing campaign can be a long and difficult process with a lot of creative thinking and drawing information from multiple websites, from multiple databases. But look what this gal's done here in this situation. She said, create a marketing campaign for our new E1000 espresso machine, targeting coffee shops. So normally you're going into your database, you're sifting through segments, you're pulling relevant customers. All that was just done with one sentence in Copilot. And she's crafted a customer journey campaign in a matter of seconds. Dynamics Customer Insights helps you pull information from various databases. If you have customer loyalty website, if you've got your customer transaction website, your customer CRM database, whatever else you want to plug into it, you're going to draw relevant data that's up to the moment, what customers are interested in what products, so you can make really targeted decisions, and you're engaging them on their terms. So you are bringing information that's relevant. You're not spamming them. You're engaging with them about topics and products that are relevant that day, that moment. And that's what gets customers' attentions. And so they're not deleting your emails or your outreach. They're saying, wow, I was just thinking about that. How did they know that? AI. And you're marketing smarter. So you're using your time in a very efficient manner to get the most impact. Dynamic sales, making selling easier. So everyone that's used a CRM knows that some of them can be pretty complicated, overly complicated, maybe have a lot of bells and whistles you don't need. Microsoft's created a very targeted product that's very user-friendly and very intuitive. Anybody that's ever used Excel, I like to use an Excel comparison. Nobody uses everything that Excel does. Excel is amazing. You can do so much with Excel, but everyone that uses it usually uses a small slice of it. And the CRM can be the same way. There can be the power users that really get the most out of it and use all the functionality. But if you're someone that has a very basic sales motion and you like to go through the same steps over and over again, it's going to work very well for you. You just find the parts that work for you. And Copilot's with you all along the way. If you have questions, how do I find this? How do I create that? Copilot can guide you. It can also give you insights into your customers. It can do things like elevate opportunities that are going to be more impactful, the higher revenue ones, the ones that are closer to closing, so you can focus on the more important deals and be very targeted with your approach. It helps you build stronger teams because management now has great visibility into what everyone's doing, because on the back end, there's amazing reporting dashboard for ownership and for managers so they can see what all the salespeople are doing. making sure they're leveraging proper best practices for sales, stepping their clients through the prescribed processes that they find set them up for success. They can see what everyone's pipeline is and have a good feeling about where all of their sales force are focusing their attention. So, Copilot, very important. It spans all of the Microsoft applications, from field service, customer insights. That's the marketing application I was just talking about. Dynamics finance, supply chain management. That's the enterprise ERP. I haven't really talked about that, but if anybody wants to have an F&O discussion, we can do that afterwards. 99% of businesses are going to be best served by Business Central. For some reason, not on this slide, but BC has deep integration already with Copilot. So these are all the hero products for Dynamics without BC, and they all have deep integration with the AI that really is the key to unlocking future potential. So the Dynamics difference built on a single unifying customer database platform. Once again, having a single version of the truth, very important. Head start in AI, like I said, Microsoft is really a leader in this space, and everybody's scrambling to catch up. But Microsoft is in the lead, and they're adding functionality all the time. Are there any Star Trek fans out there? I mean, when you look at the old Star Trek, I think I talked to you about this earlier. When you look at Star Trek, somebody asked me where it was going, and I think that where it's going in the not too distant future is we're just going to be conversing with our computer without even having to type anything in. I really think that's the near future, but it's all happening so fast, who knows where it's all going. AI is not replacing anyone. It is expanding your capabilities, making your job easier, and freeing you up from tedious tasks to doing more high-minded, creative thinking to really grow your business in a more effective way. So that head start in AI is really important. And another big selling point for Dynamics is the deep integration with the Office suite. So everyone uses Outlook. Everyone uses, well, not everyone. There's some Google people out there. That's fine. And we can work with Google, or you can even plug Copilot into Salesforce. There's a significant install base for Salesforce users. But you get it free when you buy the Dynamics suite. And on the Microsoft applications, the integration with the Microsoft applications, very important. So user adoption is something that is probably the most important thing when you implement a new ERP or CRM, because if you pay all this money for software and your employees aren't using it every day, it's vaporware. I don't know if anybody's heard that term, but vaporware is when you're spending money on software and nobody's using it. Vapor. The deep integration with the Microsoft Office applications really helps improve your chances of user adoption, because they're using Outlook all day anyway. So most people interact with their customers all the time in Outlook. If you get an email from a customer and you want to add a new customer to your database, so instead of closing down the application, opening up your CRM, entering the customer data, how cool would it be just to click a button and you've updated with that user's contact information from the email? That's what the integration with Outlook does. You also have integration with Excel and Word and Teams. Teams is a great way to collaborate. So if you're whether you're using an ERP or a CRM, you can pull relevant information when you're collaborating with teammates. I like this slide with Satya, other than the fact that he's a handsome devil. It talks to the trust that is so important with Microsoft. When you're looking at business applications, there's lots of choices. There's a lot of new startups, and a lot of them have a great story to tell. But the trusted Microsoft name is something that you can really count on. They don't do funny things like make weird promises that they don't follow through on. They don't play games like getting you in on the first year with a very attractive price that, okay, I can't afford that. Well, how about if we discount this? And how about if we do this? Oh, I can't afford that now. No, you can't afford it because in year 2, all the prices go back up to normal and you've got sticker shock. That happens. Not with Microsoft. They're very consistent in their pricing. I think I've been doing Dynamics for 6 years now, and there hasn't been a single price increase for Business Central, and they just had a small price increase on customer engagement. But these are normal and very reasonable and very rare price increases. You're never going to get blindsided. And on top of that, there's definitely no year 2 surprises. The price you pay first year is the same price you're paying the second year. It just is what it is. And also security and compliance, their focus on security and compliance. I can't talk about this enough. When you're that unified data platform that Microsoft protects with single sign-on, multi-factor authentication, all the other behind-the-scenes malicious malware protection, that's all woven into your business applications now, so you don't have to worry about this system falling apart because it wasn't as protected as that system. You're on one system, Microsoft. Talking about those trusted numbers, 97% of Fortune 500 companies already using Dynamics every day and the Power Platform or the Power Platform. 500,000 organizations, so these have been around for years. This is not a recent foray into business applications for Microsoft. They've been doing it for a long time. Decades, they had the on-prem solutions. So out there, there's, on the ERP side, they own GP. Some of you might have heard of that. Nav, Dynamics Nav, Navision. It's been rebranded as Business Central On-Prem. SL, and in the on-prem world, it's AX is the enterprise ERP. So they were doing this long before the cloud. When they did go to the cloud, they chose Nav and rebranded it as Business Central for the SMB ERP. And they took AX and made that F&O, Finance and Operations. So a lot of experience, and they've been putting a ton of R&D into enhancing and improving these products. Every 6 months, they come out with new functionality releases. So the future's very bright, and the present's very bright. Don't take my word for it. All the leading business analysts agree. Microsoft is a leader. Forrester has them as a leader. Gartner has them in the leader quadrant. These other two that I can't pronounce seem to like Microsoft also. But there's a lot of acceptance from the analytics side and from the consumer side for these things. So Microsoft Business Central. I've got a little video. I think we have time. I was hoping to get a little demo in later at the end of the presentation. We'll see how timing goes, but if we have enough time at the end, I'd like to demonstrate Business Central. If I don't have time, come by my booth at some point afterwards, and I'd be happy to walk you through it. But let's switch over to my laptop. People on soundboard. And I'm going to play a short intro video for you about Microsoft Business Central.
As the leader of a small to medium-sized business, you wear a lot of hats. Visionary, creator, motivator, and everything in between. You know your core business, your customers, and your competition. Whether in times of growth or uncertainty, when it comes to being at the leading edge of your industry, one constant remains: the ability to be agile and resilient to change. And Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central provides the tools you need to thrive. To stay competitive in a changing marketplace, successful businesses have moved to the cloud with Dynamics 365 Business Central.
Now, more than ever, small and medium businesses are looking to both grow their business and become more efficient. This means adapting new tools and processes that will help them reach new heights. This will include AI, which can help people with repetitive tasks, assist them on a daily basis, and ultimately improve job satisfaction. Business Central empowers you to do all of this and more in a comprehensive all-in-one business application suite. This includes managing your finance, your service, your sales, and operations, providing a holistic view of your company and your data. And it's available in over 130 countries, ensuring Business Central is available wherever you are and wherever your customers are. With Business Central, you can maximize your productivity using the Microsoft 365 suite. This includes business intelligence with a Power Platform, letting you see your data in entirely new ways. This will include the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Copilot, unleashing productivity and letting people do things that they never thought they could do before. It's all built on top of Azure with the reliability, the security, and compliance that comes with it. And of course, the Microsoft Partner Network has experts around the world that know your company and know your industry and can support you wherever you are. Ultimately, Business Central allows teams to adapt faster, work smarter, and perform better.
Using Business Central, but also by using Power BI, we can better manage our inventory levels. As a result, every month is our best-selling month. So it keeps on growing just because we can keep the focus on getting our products into the markets and delivering the right products to the right consumer.
Business Central enables you to confidently move to the cloud and adapt faster to a rapidly changing environment. Empower your employees to work smarter by leveraging the power of AI, optimizing productivity with automated workflows, and taking advantage of the interoperability with Microsoft 365 and Teams. And finally, enable your organization to perform better with real-time insights into cash flow and visibility into key performance metrics, available at any time, wherever you choose to work. In a landscape that's constantly evolving, the tools to evolve with it are more important than ever. Always be ready for what's next and unlock limitless possibilities with Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central.
Good stuff. So you could see a lot of the things there's a lot of visuals there, and let's go ahead and switch back to the deck. But if you get into Microsoft, it's hard to scratch the surface on the capabilities of Business Central in this short presentation. I could talk for hours about it, but the thing to know about Business Central is if you are a small growing business and you started off with QuickBooks and you're ready to graduate to a real ERP, and that's not a put down on QuickBooks. QuickBooks is a robust accounting package. An ERP is an end-to-end solution that is going to empower your business and make you more compliant and automate processes that are tedious and just help you really unify your data so you have one source of the truth. This is all powerful stuff. Let's get into it a little bit. How can the right system unlock growth? So making better business decisions because you have better data. Owners love it. Managers love it because it's similar to what I was talking about dashboards in the CRM side of things. When they pull up their Microsoft dashboard in the morning when they come into the office, they've got a dashboard that has indicators and charts and graphs that tell them what their business is doing today, what their forecasts look like. Is anything redlining? Do we have too many outstanding invoices? All of this data helps them make more proactive decisions to more effectively run their business. And the automations are a big deal. That eliminates workarounds, cobbling together solutions that aren't meant to work together. AI walks you through that process. AI is huge in Business Central. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a bit, but you can do any kind of function in Business Central about 18 different ways. So whichever way is most intuitive for you, you can achieve that. It's not like click here, double click on this, hit the ellipsis, pull this down. It's not that complicated. You find the way to achieve the function that you are doing in your role, and that's going to be the most comfortable way for you to do it, even though there might be 18 other ways to do it. It's very intuitive and easy to learn. complying with audit requirements. This is something with the government getting their tentacles into all of our lives more and more all the time. It's especially onerous for businesses because there's just a lot on them to keep up with compliance. Microsoft Business Central really streamlines that so that the data, bloop, is there and you get the auditors off your back. Security, this is a recurring theme, compliance and security. Complying with audit requests, we talked about that, and just boosting productivity. So it makes everyone more effective in their role. So it covers all the areas of the business. Like I said, there are when your business has outgrown something like QuickBooks, you need more than just an accounting package. You've got financial management, sales management. There's actually a light CRM built into Business Central that a lot of businesses are going to be really happy with. So not everyone is going to necessarily need the full-blown CRM suite that Microsoft has to offer. If they just need a good, very functional, light CRM, it's already there in Business Central, and they can just operate their whole business off that. Service management's a big one, so you can manage projects, project management, manufacturing, supply chain management. All of this works together on the same data in Business Central, in the cloud, always secure, always available, no matter where you are in the world. If you have access to the internet, you have access to your information. This is an example of the dashboard, and if we do have time, it's not looking great, but if we do have time for the quick demo, I can show you a little more of this, but all of this data is drillable. You can see things like open sales orders, open invoices, past due invoices, sales projections, any kind of data you want to pull up. But if you're not sure where to find something, ask Copilot. Copilot, where's that end Q4 report from 2023, that PDF? Bloop, here it is, instead of searching through files. Copilot does things like that, which is really cool. And it's just every time you save someone 5, 10 minutes, a half an hour from searching for a piece of information, you've increased productivity. So your everyday AI companion, like I said, Microsoft AI is a very powerful force. If you're not using it in your business, even if you never go with the Microsoft business applications, I encourage you to start just experimenting with Copilot in your office environment. It's a force multiplier. It's going to make you so much more productive, and you can summarize meetings. You can help you compose a presentation. I didn't use it but if you need to compose anything, a letter, an email to a client, it'll give you at least ideas, but usually it hits the nail on the head, and you just might want to personalize it a little bit to make it your own. Let's switch to the video. I've got a really quick video here on AI for BC.
Keeping up with the pace of work can be challenging, especially when your business is adapting and growing.
Typing on a computer.
Transform the way work gets done with Microsoft Copilot and Dynamics 365 Business Central, your everyday AI companion.
Typing up a question.
Save time by asking questions to find what you need.
Copilot replies in seconds.
And onboard quickly with Copilot to guide you as you develop new skills.
Copilot shares important information.
Accelerate sales and spark creativity with marketing text suggestions tailored to your unique brand, using details already in Business Central like color, size, and material.
Copilot generates marketing text.
Use Copilot to create sales quotes, orders, and invoices faster and easier than ever before, so you can invest time in relationships instead of paperwork.
A man is smiling and shaking someone's hand.
Simplify your day-to-day by automating business processes with Power Automate flows.
Copilot successfully added a workflow.
And reclaim time for your most impactful work by using Copilot to keep your finances organized, from reconciling bank statements to matching purchase orders with e-invoices. All while using analysis views to make data-driven decisions that propel your business forward to new levels of success.
Copilot analyzes customer ledger entries.
Work smarter, adapt faster, and perform better with Microsoft Copilot in Business Central.
A logo. Microsoft Dynamics 365.
So I don't know if you caught that in that quick little video how they used Copilot to create product descriptions. That's very powerful. There are actually people in businesses, that's all they do most of their day is type up product descriptions for their catalog online. Copilot can make that process, boom, you just give it the product data and it's going to give you a nice little blurb showcasing your product. You might want to tweak it. With everything Copilot, I look at it more today anyway, and who knows where it's going. But I look at it as of today as something that often hits the nail on the head, but you always want to take those results and just read them through and say, okay, let's tweak this and change that and make that something that our company would say. But for the most part, it's going to give you really great input on creating product descriptions. That alone is going to save a company a lot of time and effort. So the Office Suite integration, once again, another recurring theme, but this is huge in Business Central. I myself am in Outlook all day, and like I said about what you would do with the CRM, you do the same thing in the ERP. If you want to quote for a client, that's the demo I'm hoping to get to if we have time, but time's running out, unfortunately. But you can get an email from a customer, and AI is going to recognize who the customer is. You pull up that customer data. You're still in Outlook, and it will quote the items, create a quote. I think these are the items they're looking for, it'll say, and you'll say, yeah, those are the items it's looking for and the quantities. Click, 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 send, and you've just quoted your client in a matter of seconds for something that would have taken minutes. Every time you shave minutes from an employee's day-to-day activities, you're increasing productivity and reducing the need for hiring more people than you should have, and so that's cost savings and ROI. So I was just talking about Outlook. Prompts you to do a lot of things, updating customer data, creating quotes, and you're opening up a version of Business Central while you're in Outlook. So you could actually be a power user for Business Central and never leave Outlook, which is really cool and makes user adoption just go through the roof. Total economic impact, going back to Satya once again, you can trust in these numbers, but don't believe Satya, don't believe me, believe Forrester Research. 172% ROI. That's a conservative estimate in my book, but it's still a big number. 18% productivity increase. These are the kind of numbers that really move the needle with business owners when they're investing in something as important as the critical business application, which is your ERP. So once again, Microsoft checks all the boxes. To reiterate, cloud-based, I think this is probably the most important thing. Anybody who has an on-premise ERP running their business, that's a bad idea. Some people, old school, think they're not safe with their ERP data unless it's in a server, in their own server closet, on their site. That's the most dangerous place to keep your stuff, okay? That's like saying I'm not going to use a bank. We're going to stash all our cash back in the accountant's office. Horrible, horrible plan. Microsoft, you've got 5 nines of availability, uptime. If an asteroid hits the data center that Microsoft has your ERP info in, don't worry, it's failing over to another data center that it has replicated for high availability in another region of the United States. You're bulletproof. So your data is always secure, always available. Deep functionality with built-in best practices that improve processes across your business. So automating repetitive tasks, very important. There's a lot of busy work that happens every day in businesses across the country that is just ridiculous. Oh, we received an invoice, and now we have to take this invoice with all the information we have and retype the information into our system. Nonsense. Use OCR recognition, AI swipes it into your database, you're done, it's automated. Open architecture, these are all very highly customizable solutions that you can into your business instead of fitting your business into the application somebody brought to you. Nonsense. It should be the application fitting your business. Everyone's different. There's no one size fits all for applications. Having something highly customizable is absolutely critical. That's why you want an effective solution provider to do the deployment. Network Center can partner with a Microsoft Solutions provider that will do the implementation. These things include customization, which is what we were just talking about, very critical, data migration, user adoption training. If you're not hitting all these marks, you're putting yourself at risk. Jody back here with Stone Ridge is a partner that excels at implementations. They probably partner with Network Center, so there's lots of great resources like that. If you want to work with your Network Center representative, they'll make a recommendation, or they can connect with us, the Ingram team, and we can make a recommendation for an implementation partner that's going to set you up for success. Highly customizable, I can't say enough about that. Robust, flexible reporting and analysis, management, ownership, leadership, having up to the second relevant data at your fingertips is very important, and knowing how to find it. The data's always there, but surfacing the data and finding it quickly and managing it, manipulating it in a way that's going to make it digestible, very important. And it's a rapid to deploy solution. There are other competitors to Microsoft that talk a big game, and they're very good, but you might find yourself mired in a 6-week to 6 month to 1 year plus implementation that's just dragging on, and it's painful. I don't recommend that process. Typically with Business Central, you're up and running in a matter of weeks with the new deployment, and it's so intuitive. Everybody picks it up and runs with it right away. And now I've got 30 seconds for my demo, which is probably not going to happen. So I'll leave you with that. If anybody does want to see the demo, come by my booth, and I'd be happy to walk through it. It's really fun. Other than that, thanks, everyone. You've been great. Enjoy the rest of the conference.